stories of healing. The week at Asilomar was productive, especially in regard to healing concepts. I'm sure all of you have seen and heard of many different types of healing, so these might be to you an old story. But they were interesting to me in the very fascination of the variety of ways in which healing can come to the human body. It almost makes one think that all healing is in reality from one source. Here are just a few. A 55-year-old woman who was in one of my classes sprained her ankle, not severely, but painfully, and badly. Enough to make her limp with her sore extremity through the afternoon classes and dinner. That evening, for an hour and a half, she, of her own accord, wrapped her ankle in a castor oil pack with a heating pad applied over the pack. Then, when she went to bed, she just pinned a towel around the pack after removing the heating pad. The next morning I saw her hiking around the Asilomar grounds, enjoying the scenery, no limp, no pain, and as I found out afterward, no swelling or residual symptoms from the sprain. Burns can be very distressing. Another Asilomar registrant told me how she had slipped in her kitchen, and in reaching out to keep from falling, she pressed the back of her right hand against the red-hot heating element on one of the burners of her stove. It sizzled somewhat, apparently. My friend believes in the healing power of the mind, but put her hand in cold water anyway. She refused to look at her fingers, but her husband didn't like their looks. It was bedtime, and she placed her hand in ice water at bedside. After a bit, she said, she realized that faith in the healing power within was not consistent with ice water, so she chose the former, letting the ice treatment go by the boards. She used no bandage, slept well. In the morning, there was only a very slight trace of a scar, where the burn had been. One of the young men who has grown up in the home of our members and has consequently been at Asilomar many years had had a lot of success using castor oil locally. Thus, when he smashed his finger in Gina's Minera's car door, he wasn't at all perturbed. In spite of Gina's insistence that he get immediate medical attention, he said castor oil will take care of it. He wrapped a piece of flannel cloth soaked in castor oil around the finger and left it on all night long, with plastic covering the soaked member. In the morning, the finger was indeed normal in all respects, except for a slight skin scratch which was not quite healed. The fourth story deals with a man who told me about a severely disabling bursitis which had plagued him for months. He had no relief from various medical doctors' efforts. About that time, I started reading about karma and how it shows up in various physical problems. He went to sleep one night and in a dream, or a vision, I asked, is this condition karmic in origin? There came a voice in answer, no, lift up your arms. At that point I awoke and found both of his arms lifted high over his head, a position he had been unable to assume consciously for months. And he has had no problem with the bursitis since. Left square bracket note, the preceding report was provided by William McGarry, M.D. and is excerpted from the A.R.E. Journal. July, 1971, Volume 6, No. 4, page 165, copyright 1971 by the Edgar Cayce Foundation, Virginia Beach, Virginia, right square bracket.